I'm from London. Um, I've been dealing with my ROCD probably around 8 years, 8.5 years now. It began in 2011, just one night out of the blue. My relationship with my partner was perfect. I just had a panic attack out of nowhere, and the thought was, what if I don't love him? And I remember my heart basically came out my mouth. And then I kept thinking about it and thinking about it, and then the rest is history. But it just steadily got worse into obsessions and ruminations. I wouldn't be able to eat. I probably wouldn't sleep very much because I was thinking so much. I don't know, it all seems a bit of a dream at the moment because I feel like I've come so far. Yeah, I wouldn't function. I would cancel work. Um, I wouldn't know what was happening with me. I would feel like I was going crazy. I would have panic attacks even if he tried to touch me or hug me or tell me that he loved me, because whenever he said that, it felt like I couldn't say it back or if I was lying. I would have fears that I wouldn't, I wasn't straight. I would have fears that I was actually homosexual, and I was just, yeah, it just didn't make sense. Over the 8 years, it developed into more and more. I saw a couple of therapists. A lot of them didn't really understand. And when I was speaking to them, they didn't really get it. I had one tell me that maybe you should leave, which is the worst thing you can hear. But I did finally find someone who was able to diagnose me with OCD. She diagnosed me with OCD. And then I kind of mentioned the relationship stuff, and she went, "Ah, I have a couple of other clients who go through this as well." So we started talking about it a little bit more. I kind of began to understood. It was getting better, but it never really got to a point where I felt comfortable. And then she mentioned that another one of her clients was doing Awakening to Love. So I thought, okay, fine, I'll have a look. At this point, our relationship was really tough. Um, I was constantly ruminating. I wasn't there. We weren't. I couldn't be intimate. Um, I, it would constantly be arguments. Yeah, it makes me sad when I think about it because it's not where I am now. And then I started work with Awakening to Love, doing all the work with noticing my anxieties. It was the hardest thing I've had to do. It really, really was. It wasn't easy. And then over time, I had a session with Kiyomi, which was amazing. I hadn't been spoken to or heard like that before. And she mentioned I should have a session with Alexis, which was the best idea ever. It's been a massive transformation. I think I'm still going through it, and I've still got a way to go, and that's okay. But I'm infinitely better compared to before. It's a world away. I think about it and I look back on the journaling that I was doing at the beginning, and I was hopeless. I was really hopeless. I felt like we shouldn't be together. I felt like we couldn't be together. It wasn't meant to be. We wouldn't work. This wouldn't work. I always thought that next year we wouldn't be together. We wouldn't have another anniversary. But yeah, now I feel like I have hope, but also at the same time, I feel like I've awakened into love. I feel like I've awakened into actually feeling comfortable in myself, comfortable and understanding in why I've thought the way I've thought, and why I've felt the way I've felt, and why I've reacted the way I've reacted. And it's not been my fault. I feel really emotional when I think about it, but it's doable. It really, really is doable. Coming from someone who's been through it for 8 years, you can do it.